they call the rising sun.
Alright guys, at number 1, and this is perhaps just the biggest surprise reveal of the very recent THQ Nordics showcase, only a few days ago, we have Alone in the Dark apparently as a reimagined version and of the first 3 games in the original series that were released first 30 years ago. The games are now in the making and will be released early to mid 2023. This is a series of survival horror cult classic games in case you are new, and this is how it will eventually all look.
Have you ever talked to a doctor about your condition?
This is madness!
Are you crazy? Fall on your knees, wear the mask, praise his name!
Welcome to the madhouse, detective.
Coming up behind that, and it's been some time we've been waiting here, THQ Nordic will finally went on and release a new trailer for Gothic Remake, and some new locations that are added into the game, and in addition to some modern designs incorporated. Now, Gothic, for those of you pretty much new here, is an action RPG which is set in a medieval world of humans and orcs confliction something, but actually the first came out originally more than 20 years ago. Check it out, the game is now on its way to PCs in the next generation consoles we hear early 2023. Guess you're wondering, it's been in development for over 5 years now.
No slacking, it's a pickaxe, not a triplet.
See nothing. Come on, let's head back. This is too dangerous.
And go back to that piss hole of a camp. No way, man. Not until we find that stuff.
Oh, no, no, no! Help!
I've been on quite the adventure, little brother.
I reckon it's got something to do with that girl.
Naughty Dog, on the other hand, just released another new clip for The Last of Us Part 1, obviously to make even more hype before the remake lands on the PlayStation 5, September 2nd this year. Now, these are some things that was announced the new port will include: a native 4K resolution, HDR support, some fast to no loading times, a DualSense wireless controller, a 3D audio, and a lot more. We'll take a look. Last of Us Remake will also be released for PCs, but at a later date and by the end of 2022.
Once upon a time, I had somebody that I cared about. And in this world, that's good for one thing: get you killed.
I can take care of myself.
How many close calls have we had?
I get into trouble down there. You make every shot count.
I got this.
Hope you know how to use that thing.
I've had some practice.
Moving on, we have Resident Evil 4's remake, and with a release date of March 24, 2023. This remake is, as you can see, very different from the original release, not only visually but also in terms of gameplay, story, content, and pretty much just a new game, rather than a remake. However, at the same time, as Capcom promised, pretty faithful to the original. Resident Evil 4 Remake is the first third-person, over-the-shoulder remake since 2002, and this is how it really works.
You will receive our most sacred body. It begins now.
So in this state, now we're in a state where it's starting to, we've powered the room, so the engine is slowly starting.
EA Games will just went on and announced that Dead Space Remake, I mean not really just now, a little while ago, that Dead Space Remake will now arrive on January 27 next year. That the game will release exclusively on the next generation platforms and PCs, and it won't necessarily be a straight up remake either. Like there's gameplay changes and new content added, the level design is being overhauled, all the voices are re-recorded, and this is how the gameplay will eventually look. Check it out, we hear there's another trailer on the way and releasing next week.
That we saw earlier.
You can see the different treatments on the blood, like the one that is still wet, blood that's got dried up on the side.
More is more. More types of blood, more blood states, more blood conditions.
Yeah. And then we finally get here, and we're going to activate the engines.
Turn it on.
Let's turn it. And we look up above us, and then we can see this glorious, VFX. The engine's fully operational. It's open. It's spinning at full speed. It's like a beating heart. The room has come to life, and we have completed the transformation. And then as we look to the right, we witness the scene of a horrific bloodbath. And yeah, some bad stuff happened there.
Again, just that great teamwork between the environment artist and the story artist. Like, I mean, you can really, you can guess what happened there.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my wife and son?
Being well looked after.
If you've been waiting for this to happen, well, since its initial announcement last year, well, the Red Dead Redemption remaster is apparently cancelled. Not really cancelled, but on hold. See, that is actually along with the long-rumored Grand Theft Auto 4 remaster, which has been in development for several years, apparently. The main problem, however, is because of the trilogy that just came out earlier this year, the 3 Grand Theft Auto games were pretty buggy. So the games are pretty much on hold for now, but an update's coming around as to when the remasters will release. We hear is going to be later in 2022. So keep it in mind.
Come on, you're not going to shoot you and brother, are you? We was family.
Yeah, we were. Then you and Dutch went crazy and family didn't mean so much.
Don't be sure about what you're doing, brother. You saw me out. Didn't that life we had mean nothing to you? You puto.
Irish, what are you doing?
Who the hell are you? Well, ain't that a damn shame? I was starting to enjoy myself.
Hello again, Doc. We gotta stop meeting like this.
Another group of renegades. Shall we say been disbanded?
My name is Jack Marston. I ain't going nowhere, old man.
Look at me. I spent 25 years killing men. Look at me now. Well, that's how it goes.
I was no hero. Just me and the gun and the crook. My options had decreased to a singular course.
Now, here's the good news, and I've actually mentioned this one before, probably. Remedy and Rockstar did actually announce that they will be remaking Max Payne and Max Payne 2. Going by the fall of Max Payne, it's been a while that it's being in development, actually since 2 years ago. The rumors has it that these are being made from the ground up, mainly because of the Remedy's new engine, and that it'll be a next generation console exclusive kind of thing, probably releasing by the end of 2023 at their earliest.
Guess I wasn't that smart. I took my time cruising around the city in the snow. That's where we're in position.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, on the other hand, has been officially confirmed, and it's now set for release October 28th this year. The game's gonna be released on the PlayStation 5, 4, the Xbox consoles as well, and PCs, not really Switch, and as you've guessed, it's obviously the sequel to 2019's Modern Warfare. Activision, in case you did miss out on this one, did actually release a 7-minute gameplay trailer, and also then showed off this new iteration of free-to-play Battle Royale Warzone. Check it out.
Bravo, stand by for contact.
We've got a problem. I've been pinging my contact since you got on the ground. He isn't responding.
Briggs, you have a visual in the safe house.
If you've been a fan of the old Splinter Cell game, well, frankly one of the most advanced video games of its time, you know that it's been almost 10 whole years since a new game has been released in the series. A little less than a month ago, we did come across a few leaks that a Splinter Cell game is in the making, and it's not going to be a sequel and nor a prequel, but a remake. And that the game is pretty much in its very early stages of development. Just keep it in mind, there's plans of a showcase for the project later on this year. Moving on.
I've located Coben.
Is he alive?
For now.
Don't kill me! Don't kill me! Thank you. Thank you. Who are you? CIA? Oh, you have got to be fucking shitting me! Fisher, if this is about what happened in DC... Shut up.
Sam, what's happening?
No, don't! You here to save me?
I'm here to save what you know. Sit.
Sam, it's about to get ugly. Local talent's closing on your position.
Package is secure. Briggs, what's your 20?
Inbound with the van.
He's alive. That is
Alright guys, y'all know there's a Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake that was announced around the same time last year, right? And that it has actually been subject to many news. Why? Because KOTOR is just one of the best Star Wars games ever made. But it's also nearly 20 years old, which makes it just a pretty unique thing these days. Anyway, developers of which were apparently targeting a late 2022 release date first, but 2024 is now the actual target, and it's going to be released across PCs and the PlayStation 5 only. Check it out, make sure to stay tuned for any more updates on this one in the following month.
Hourglass is a marvel no living man has ever seen. Only the dagger can unlock the sands of time.
Moving on, we've got Prince of Persia with the Sands of Time remake, and now being led by Ubisoft Montreal. Actually expect to be released sometime between late 2022 up to early next year. See, Sands of Time remake is being made with obviously better graphics, gonna be new voices, soundtracks, and eventually releasing for every single platform out there too, Switch included. The game's gonna be, as stated by developers, a faithful adaptation of the 2003 action-adventure with a lot more flavor. Check it out.
I brought this on us.
You are brave and good.
Don't let go.
Gakurlukia.
It's a beautiful day on Citadel Station. Humanity is on the verge of a new era. I, Shodan, am its new god.
System Shock Remake, on the other hand, is expected to launch now later this year and on PCs, Epic Games and GOG. Console editions, however, for the Xbox and the PlayStation, probably the previous generation, are also in the works and set to be released next year. Now, this remake has been built from the ground up and has been in the making for 4 years now. For those of you new, through a Kickstarter that's gathered over $1 million now as a survival horror game mainly. Check it out, a specific release date, however, for the game is still yet to be announced.
My children, their blood is on your hands.
You will suffer for your transgressions.
These are my avenging angels, and they will have retribution.
Moving on, it's the old 1988's Dragon Quest III remake, or technically HD 2D rendered game, pretty much in the same style of other games that were released earlier, like Triangle Strategy maybe, and now actually coming to all consoles and PCs in addition to the Nintendo Switch. Check it out. In case you missed it, apparently the game's set to come our way once again later this year with a final release date and a new trailer too.
The earth, there will ever be conflict. A man will kill another over a husk of bread if not restrained.
Moving on, we have Tactics Ogre Reborn by Square Enix. Now, the game is releasing finally November 11 this year, and for the PlayStation 4, 5, Switch, and PCs as well. There's not going to be an Xbox version. This is, in case you're wondering, a reimagined version of the original game that came out, I don't know, 1995 or something, and now with HD reworked visuals, a better sound effects, some re-recorded soundtracks, and of course the old tactical turn-based RPG goodness. Check it out. And last but not least, we have, actually since the recent Nintendo Direct, the first 2 installments in the Front Mission series in the making and on the way to the Nintendo Switch only. Nintendo itself actually did confirm that the remakes will arrive by the end of 2023 at their latest, and pretty true to original as turn-based strategy games with amped up graphics and added more content. Take a look.